Okay, so I just wanted to take a second to talk about health. And health, our species, modern medicine, just some ideas I have just to promote some thinking. Uh, I'm not suggesting anything, take it or leave it. This is just talking, just promoting some thinking. So, are we healthy? Are you healthy? What is health? What does it take to get healthy? You know, um, so my thoughts are health is found in nature. So we should be living in harmony with the natural world. So ask yourself, would you say that you're living in harmony with the natural world? And I guess what I mean by that is, are you immersed in nature? Are you able to get sun exposure on your whole naked body every single day? Are you able to touch the ground with your feet barefoot and get fresh air? You know, are you able to grow your own food? Are you drinking clean, uncontaminated water? Is your environment saturated by electromagnetic frequencies? Are you living in a place where you have poor air quality? Are you bathing in poisoned water? Are you putting toxins and poisons on your skin every day? And the list goes on. So you can make a long list of things that are healthy and that are unhealthy, and you could check off which ones apply to your life every single day. And then you could ask yourself, well, does it make sense if I was to get sick? And for many people, yeah, because 1 plus 1 equals 2. And that's what's happening here. Most people are getting sick every single day, you know, whether it's just a common cold or if it's a headache, which is still sickness, it's still disease. You're not at ease. If it's not ease, it's disease. So that's a headache. That's a common cold. What we call a common cold. That's cancer. And so I'll just say this. If we were living in accordance with nature, natural world, that would look much different than most people's lifestyles today. Do you, honest to God, think that people would be getting as sick as they are? Do you think that heart attacks, heart disease, uh, dementia, Alzheimer's, cancers, neurodegenerative diseases, you know, autism, etc., 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 would be as common as they are today? Probably not. No, in fact, they definitely wouldn't be because we're not supposed to get sick. If you honestly believe that sickness is natural, it just doesn't even make sense. We weren't birthed into this reality to just get sick and die at a young age. It just doesn't make sense. So why is it even worth talking about? Well, because this is your temple. This this body that I have to live inside. So if I'm not healthy inside, then what is this experience worth? A whole heck of a lot less. Because health is really wealth. You know, there's a lot of phrases or, catchphrases or sayings or, whatever things that go around. That one definitely stands true until the end of time because you could have a whole bunch of money and be miserable because you're not okay inside yourself. And so we got to get there. And that's cultivating a healthy relationship with you. And that has to do with all the faculties. You got to balance the mind, the body, the emotions, the spirit. And that has to do with rest, that has to do with exercise, that has to do with diet, that has to do with stress reduction, that has to do with, there's a whole list again of healthy practices and things we could take part in that I don't need to mention. You could research on your own. If you want me to tell you what's healthy, I can do that. But if you are doing these things every single day, you're going to know that you're going to get better. Your outlook on life is going to change because you're changing the inside. And the outside is the inside, essentially. Life is constant and it's not changing. But your perspective on life can change. And that's how that's going to change is through you and through your relationship with yourself, which is God. Who do you have to speak to and answer to every single day? Yourself. Deal with every single day. Yourself. It's not going to change. Every single day we wake up and we make a choice. Live in fear or live in love. You can make fear-based choices that are just going to separate you, create pain, anxiety, depression, separate you from other people, separate you from yourself, make it hard to live life. Or you could live in love, which is going to have the opposite effect. So, they want to tell people today that the right thing to do is go to a hospital or go see what we call a doctor that knows nothing about nutrition or diet, which is the main source of people suffering because the foods are so toxic. They're so carcinogenic. They're so acidic that they're just ripping people apart. They're breaking people down, putting people in the grave every single day. But we're not talking about that because it's big business. And they love making money off of people's sickness. If people don't want to believe that, it's like, well, you're living in a sleep state. You don't want to see reality for what it is. Just because you don't want to see it doesn't make it not true. So they want to send you to a hospital, see a doctor, recommend cutting off part of your body, recommend subjecting you to radiation and chemotherapy, hot acids that just leach your body of, calcium, vital minerals, deteriorate all your entire structure to make you better. So does that sound like real deal, medicine that's gonna make it work? To see the light at the end of the day to get you better. No, it's not true. That's not what's gonna help. What's gonna help people is love. What's gonna help people is nature. What's gonna help people is going back and living in a way that's in accordance with how we're supposed to be living, treating each other better, being kind to one another. How do you feel when you fight with people? How do you feel when you yell? Your body starts getting all tense. You start breathing really shallow. So, would you rather get parts of your body cut off and, get subjected to radiation, have your hair fall out, just degeneration? Or would you rather adopt a healthier lifestyle? Fast, give up food for a little while. Give up food and save yourself for a little while. Just give it up and then come back to it when you're done. You could eat the same shit if you want to. Same shit that made you sick in the first place. You could have that choice now because you bought yourself that time, because you made those decisions to make yourself better. People don't realize, what is this thing? We're inside. Well, it's a body. It's what we call a body. It's a vessel. Our energy, our spirit needs the body in order for this to happen. So this is what we got to live in. And how is it going to get better? Through taking care of it. Well, and also the fact, my point here was that it's a self-regulating machine. It's a self-regulating machine. It takes care of it runs the processes without you having to do nothing. You don't have to do anything and it's going to heal itself. So that's why fasting is so effective at healing, because now you're not bogging your body down every single day with the poison that caused the disease. That's the answer. You want to believe that you have this thing that these doctors said you got, it's special. Oh, it's like it's so rare. You got nothing. You can't help yourself. That's a lie. Yeah, that's a lie. So, if you want to believe that, that's your choice. That's your responsibility here as being a creator. You're a creator. You create your own reality. And there's other people here that they got their own reality and they got their own set of beliefs, and this is truth. This is the word of God here. You got a disease that can't be helped, that can't be fixed. How many stories have you heard of people that have, you know, had something, or and then they for some reason they're still alive. Doctors gave them like a month to live. Oh, it's 2, 3 years later. Well, that shows how good right there a modern medical doctor is. If they're giving you that kind of a time frame, and then you exceed that by, well, what is that, like 300%, 3,000%, whatever the number might be. We should probably stop listening to those people that are giving you shitty information, especially when it's so important and so vital. And this is not just like, oh, am I going to go outside for a walk today? Yes or no. This is like, okay, do I have a serious illness? Yes or no. And so most people's illnesses, diseases can be fixed, can be healed, unless you're so far gone to a point that it's time to go. The body can't house this energy anymore. Its time's run up. That's a possibility. I'm not going to say that's not true. But, if you got a whole host of everything can be healed. That's what I believe. So, it doesn't matter what it is. Your body was designed to heal. It heals itself. It runs itself every day, detoxifies itself every single day. People are like, now I see articles, they're like, oh, fasting and detoxification is hocus pocus, or it's BS. Well, no, it's not. You need that. Your organs need that. Your liver needs that. Your kidneys need that, because these things aren't up to speed. They're not serving the function that they normally would be if they weren't bogged down by the environmental